Hey, this is Bevan James Eyles with Fitness Thoughts. In New Zealand every year we have this event called Dry July. And what Dry July is it's basically a charity trying to fundraise for their organisation. And what they encourage people to do is to stop drinking alcohol for the month of July. And while they'll do that, they'll fundraise for their organisation. A couple of years ago I was talking to this lady who was doing Dry July and we had a conversation which I have to admit kind of blew my mind away. It was in the latter part of July and she'd pretty much gone the whole month with drinking, she had gone the whole month without drinking any alcohol at all. So she was being really successful. And in my mind, I thought she was going to be pretty happy with how she was going and be really feeling the health effects of not drinking. And in some ways, the conversation we had, she did identify that, yep, I'm definitely feeling healthier and having less alcohol was probably a valuable thing in my life. But at the same time, she turned around and she said to me, I'm definitely going to get back into wine as soon as this finishes. Actually, I can't wait to get back to drinking. Now, I found this kind of interesting because in one note she was telling me she feels healthier, she feels better because she's not drinking. But in the other note she's saying she can't wait to get alcohol back in her life. So I asked her kind of, why is this? Why is it that you feel you need alcohol back in your life? And she said to me something that I found really fascinating. She said to me, I don't know how to relax without alcohol in my life. For this lady, the only way she could relax was to drink alcohol. Every night after a hard day's work or a busy day, she would need 1, 2, or 3 glasses of wine, just a way for her to unwind. If we look at this, we can see this is causing a big problem. Now sure, we can look at alcohol and we can look at some of the problems associated with alcohol, but let's not even look at this. Let's kind of flip this on its head and say, this lady's ability to only have one way to relax, that actually became a destructive thing in her life because she was overweight and she wanted to lose some weight. So losing alcohol was an easy way to lose weight. But at the same time, if the only way she could relax was to drink alcohol, she had this kind of dilemma in her life. And so while we could look at alcohol, I think what I want to look at more today is, how do we learn to relax? How do we learn to use tools in our life that allow us to relax in a much more healthier way? The unfortunate thing for this lady was that she'd done Dry July, but the whole time she didn't enjoy the experience because she found no other way to relax. What she should have done when she'd done Dry July was should have gone with the approach of not drinking alcohol, but also learning some new strategies to relax in my life. Maybe she could have tried a meditation at night. Maybe she could have learned some creative endeavour like art or music. Maybe she could have just got home after work and had a bit of a nap. Had a cup of coffee, go outside and have a hot tea and just sit outside and enjoy some nature. Go for a walk. Ring a friend. The way we relax often has an effect on the outcome of our health. And if you're like that lady and alcohol is the way I relax, well, ultimately you're leading yourself down the path of health that ultimately isn't that good. When you think about yourself, how are you relaxing? Do you have healthy ways for you to relax? Do you have tools that allow you to relax in really healthy ways that actually make you feel empowered, actually kind of serve the purpose of relaxing? Or like that lady, do you need alcohol to relax? And without alcohol, do you know no other way? If you look at the way you relax and you identify that actually maybe it comes at a cost to my health. Another example is the person who watches TV for too long. There's nothing wrong with watching TV, but if you're sitting in front of the TV for 5 hours a night and going to bed late because you know deep down you should go to bed at 10 but you're staying up till 11:30 watching TV, or your internet device, well, that's not relaxing. That's hurting your next day because you're going to be tired the next day. So how we relax has a massive effect on our health. And what we want to develop in our life is really healthy ways to relax. What I believe is that we want to have a couple of relax points during our day. You might have a mid-morning relax, an afternoon relax, and a nighttime relax, or even just a lunchtime and a night relax. And using tools that are actually serve the purpose of relaxing. Just about all of us lead busy lives nowadays, massively busy lives. The demands on us are massive. And while that brings stress to our life, we also want to have great tools to deal with the stresses of our lives. But if the way I deal with stresses actually adds to the stress of my life, like if I drink and put on weight, that's going to add stress to my life because now I'm worried about my weight, then that's taking me down a kind of a bit of a scary path towards my health. Whereas if I learn to have really powerful tools that teach me how to relax in ways that deal with the stress of the life and lets it dissolve away, then I'll make better behaviours moving forward. I'll be much more healthier, and I'll be in a place where I'm more happy in the way I'm living my life. So how are you relaxing? Is it a thing that empowers your life, or is it actually hurting you? And if it is hurting you, maybe now's the time to start developing new ways, so that if you were to do a dry July, you wouldn't be desperate for it to end just because you need to relax. You would have learned experiences and tools that make you move forward in life in a more empowering way that is true to you. Right, team, that's pretty much the latest fitness thought with Bevan James Eyles. I'm going to be back in a couple of weeks from now. If in the interim you want to check out some more of my work, you can go to bevanjameseyles.com. There's more of these clips. Basically what happens with the show is every second Monday I'm putting out a video. So every second Monday there'll be a new fitness thoughts. And then I put out my podcast, Fitness Behaviour, on every Monday after that. One thing I do have, which you may not know, is I have a book called The Fitness Attitude, and you can check that out at Bevan James Eyles. You can get it as a Kindle if you're overseas, anywhere outside of New Zealand, or if you're in New Zealand, you can just go to my website and it can be shipped to you from within New Zealand, the hard copy version. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I've got Patreon. If you want to become a patron of my work, you just go to Patreon or Bevan James Eyles, and you can see that there. It's just a way that you can support me and what I'm doing. Anyway, I hope you have a great couple of weeks, and I'll be back real soon with some more fitness thoughts. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.